I hope everyone enjoyed their 4th of July holiday weekend. Me personally, I'm glad it's over. NFL training camp starts here in about 3 weeks. We have the preseason starting in August. Fall and great weather is just right around the corner, my favorite time of the year. As much as I don't like summer and summer holidays, I gotta admit, I had a great time this weekend. It was your typical American 4th of July celebration. Family and friends at my sister's house, playing outside with my nephews and what seemed like the other 100 kids that were over there, watching the fireworks and hearing fireworks at midnight as I was trying to go to sleep. I'm sure most of you in my audience enjoyed a similar weekend. That's what normal people do. We just endured 30 days of woke Christmas, 30 days of the relentless promotion of Tran Dan and his wife Fran. We get one day to celebrate our independence, one day to sit back and reflect and think about how lucky, how fortunate we are to live in the greatest country in the world. One of my favorite things about the 4th of July is the hot dog eating contest that airs every year on ESPN. For one day each year, Joey Chestnut is a household name. Even though I have a weak stomach, I get grossed out very easily. If I'm at a restaurant and some dude blows his nose, my appetite is gone. I can't handle gross shit easily, especially while I'm eating. But for some reason, I have this strange fascination. I enjoy watching Joey Chestnut shove hot dogs in his face every year. If you're a normal person, though, you are no longer allowed to enjoy anything anymore. You are no longer allowed to sit back and watch grown men shove wieners in their mouth in a non-woke manner. ESPN's hot dog eating contest yesterday, it was interrupted by some shit-fuck protester. Now, my inside sources tell me that this guy was upset that the contestants were eating hot dogs instead of cucumbers. He was also upset that the hot dogs were going in their mouths instead of cucumber insertion into the typical woke orifice. For 30 days, butt bongo aficionados were allowed to celebrate unopposed. They were allowed to take to the streets, men dressed as women, women dressed as men, rape dressed as shovel, and display what they call pride. 30 days of unopposed celebration. And they couldn't give us one fucking day in return. One day? This is why I have no respect for the woke movement. This is why I have no problem being blasphemous towards woke United Methodist. The interruption and disrespect for the 4th of July, it started before 7 o'clock yesterday morning. When I woke up yesterday, my email inbox, my Twitter messages, they were filled with what I'm about to share with you guys. Before the sun rose across half of America on July 4th, ESPN published an article titled, Baseball, Barbecue, and Losing Freedom This 4th of July. They didn't hide this article towards the bottom of the page like they did for months when they were covering Leah Thomas, if they decided to cover her. This was the headline, the front page of ESPN.com. Imagine my surprise when I find out the author is Howard Bryant. Howard Bryant, the ultimate victim of mythical racism, a man filled with anger and misery. You know what? I don't really blame him. If I woke up every morning and I looked like Howard Bryant, I would be pissed off too. I would be mad at the woke oak tree who created me. I mean, you couldn't give me one attractive feature. Did you have to give me a head shaped like one of the Ninja Turtles? For over 20 years, Howard Bryant has been a professional race baiter. He made deacons at Woke United Methodist proud yesterday with the thesis that he wrote for ESPN. I read a lot of poorly written articles every day. Graduates of Woke U, they aren't all that proficient in writing. They're really good at creating mythical racism. They're really good at burning buildings. They're great at determining ideal cucumber link for insertion. But when it comes to properly structuring an article so the reader's not confused, they just can't do it. Like I said, I read a lot of poorly written articles every day. This article by Howard Bryant, one of the worst I've ever read. Do yourself a favor, do not read it. It took me about 15 minutes. I still can't figure out the point that he was trying to make. Well, actually, I take that back. The point he was trying to make was America sucks. He just never made the fucking point. It boggles my mind how a shitfuck like Howard Bryant can claim America sucks. This dude is a shining example of American exceptionalism. Name another country in the world where you can be completely useless, where you cannot possess 1 ounce of talent, where you can be a complete dumbass and still make hundreds of thousands of dollars every year. Name one other country where this is a possibility. Howard Bryant's a no-talent shitfuck. Just like the woke welfare recipients in the WNBA, Howie is paid 6 figures in woke welfare to be completely useless. Throughout the article, Howie complains that the 4th of July has become overly patriotic. He claims the 4th of July is too commercialized. We are celebrating a country that doesn't deserve celebration. Were you in a coma during the month of June? Did Howie drink too much eggnog during woke Christmas? We just spent an entire month celebrating the gay. But when it comes time to celebrate the country that allowed Howie to participate in butt bongo festivities, you want to bitch and complain about it? Fuck you, Howard Bryant. About midway through, the article takes a sharp turn into the world of mythical racism. You just knew. We couldn't have an article about July 4th without talking about January 6th. Howie claimed that if black people had been involved January 6th, the public reaction would have been completely different. But because white people were involved, it was just a dust-up. And you know what? Howie is partially right here. There were different reactions to the BLM riots in January 6th. The mainstream media claimed the BLM riots were peaceful protests, while buildings were being burned in the background. For the last 18 months, the mainstream media has pretended January 6th ended our democracy. Howard Bryant wrote about January 6th with fake outrage and emotion. I told myself I was not going to watch these hearings, but I forced myself to watch. After all, I am an American. Oh, it was so painful hearing those pussy politicians recount that scary day. Howie, most of us wish you weren't an American. Several times throughout the article, he became emotional about the cops who were killed on January 6th. Howie, there were no police killed on January 6th. There were plenty of cops killed in the BLM riots, though. He expounded on this invalid point of mythical racism by comparing the reactions of Gabe Kapler protesting gun control last month to Colin Kaepernick protesting mythical racism. He claimed white people gave Gabe Kapler a pass because he was white. He didn't lose his job managing the Giants. He wasn't blasted publicly by the white devil. When Colin Kaepernick peacefully protested, he lost his NFL career. NFL teams to this day won't give him a chance. First of all, Howie, Gabe Kapler didn't get a pass. Gabe Kapler was crucified by people like me and other honest channels on this very platform. Your fellow shitfucks in the mainstream media gave Gabe Kapler a pass. Second, Colin Kaepernick was given another chance in the NFL, not once, but twice. The Raiders gave him a tryout just a couple of weeks ago. He was so fucking bad. He sucked so bad. They are thinking about releasing footage of his tryout for the next roast on Comedy Central. When Raiders owner Al Davis saw the footage, he thought he was watching a WNBA game. He could not believe a grown man could actually throw a football like a woman. Now, of course, details like that don't matter to Howard Bryant. Those pesky facts, they never get in the way of pushing the agenda. After his promotion of mythical racism, Howie touched on abortion. Oh, I am in so much pain and agony. The Supreme Court has taken away my right to have an abortion. What will I do if Rachel Levine doesn't wrap her cucumber? I am not making this next part up. Howie wrote, the people who can become pregnant, who feel celebratory towards the court, may do so from the victory of their position. What? I read that to you verbatim. Are you as confused as I am? For one, I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. It's like he took a collection of words, put them into a sentence. Microsoft Word didn't give him the blue line signaling a fragmented sentence, and he just rolled along with it. What makes this worse? This article was proofread by numerous editors at ESPN, and no one caught it. But two, the people who can become pregnant? Do I really need to explain this again? I know I'm not a biologist, but I don't need a PhD in the birds and the bees to understand this simple concept. Listen, Howie, the people that can become pregnant, they're called women. I'm not talking about the Rachel Levine kind of woman that feeds your desires. I'm talking about actual women. When you and Rachel are wrestling around, you don't have to worry about becoming pregnant, Howie. It's not possible. You and Rach, you can enjoy each other's company and not worry about creating the next Jamel Hill. Howard Bryant is a disgrace. Like I said, this dude's actually an example of American exceptionalism. This dude's an example of someone being given a second chance. 10 years ago, he assaulted his wife in front of their then 6-year-old son. When cops arrived to the scene to arrest him, he accused the cops of being racist. I'm only being arrested because I'm a black man and she's a white woman. To hell with just being arrested, you should have been in prison. Instead, you were given probation. So please explain to me how the system is systemically racist. What kind of grown man puts his hand on a woman? I know, Howard Bryant. Yet somehow, he continues collecting woke welfare at ESPN. Now imagine for a second, Tim Tebow was arrested for assaulting a black woman. You think Tim Tebow would still be working at the worldwide leader in woke? This article was filled with lies and propaganda. Like I said, it made it through the hands of several editors at ESPN. And you mean to tell me not one of them caught the bullshit? I ain't buying it. ESPN pushed this propaganda on purpose. Howard Bryant, he lives in what I like to call woke privilege. And this is not a race thing either. Many white people have the luxury of woke privilege too. It's this privilege where you can create these fantasies, where you can push whatever lies and propaganda that you want, and no one in the media calls you out for it. No one holds you accountable. When you guys finish this video, Google Howard Bryant. Two media outlets covered this story. The Daily Caller and Outkick. Surprise, surprise. But let me know what you think. Howard Bryant, ESPN, shitting all over America on the 4th of July. Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, KC_BTL84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys later.